A few days ago, Yamaha made a humongous announcement where it might change the lives of podcasters, audio engineers, music producers, gamers alike. With their announcement of their URX series making a humongous change with the 44V, I think a lot of people are going to approach how they do their production, their multimedia production, in a different light. And when I saw their MGX series being announced the exact same day, I felt happy to tell you this right here. We got it, gang. We got one. Full disclosure, I was sent these units for free. They wanted me to review it. I didn't have to send any of the video footage to them so they can judge how I do the stuff or any of that stuff. However, Guitar Center is sponsoring this video and I think you should check them out. I have a link in the description box. I also have my gear list with Guitar Center because I am one of Guitar Center's artists. So when you take it out of the box here, this is how it will look like. It's packed very well. So if you're having it shipped, if you happen to click on the link in the description box, well, Guitar Center is going to take really good care of you guys. So now it's just time for me to show you how it looks like. So let me introduce you to the desktop mixer of 2026, which happens to be this Yamaha MGX16. And as you can see, it has a small footprint. It has a touchscreen and it has 16 tracks. I mean, MGX16, that's what 16 means in that. It is 16 tracks. It has 8 quarter-inch XLR inputs, 4 quarter-inch inputs, and these right here, which are RCA inputs. You have XLR stereo outs, 8 Omni outs, and 4 headphone outputs. 4. They even have these user-defined keys where you can use these keys for anything from sample launching to even shortcuts. On the back of the unit, you have a power supply, a micro SD card slot because you can record into this in standalone. You have a main out to your computer, and then you have a main USB Type-C in where you can hook up another computer or a smart device. I would like to point out that the 16V actually has HDMI through and HDMI in, and it actually costs more, while the MGX16 costs less, but still a lot of money. Even though I'm blessed over here, I'm still broke at heart, or at least to everybody else's standards these days. Let's talk about the build quality of this unit. This does not feel cheap whatsoever. It weighs about 10 pounds. The display is a 4.3 inch touchscreen. The faders are 6 and 60 millimeters. So yeah, you get a lot of, more than what I would think for a desktop mixer. So in a nutshell, the faders feel nice. No, they are not motor driven. To put things into perspective, the MGX16 is similar to the URX44 series, where you can route things digitally using the touchscreen. But to expand on the aspect of standalone, they made it to where everything could be touched analog wise too. For an example, if I have channel number 1 open, I can turn up the volume right here. I can turn it on, off. I can cue it so I can listen to it in a secondary source like headphones or studio monitors. You know, I could select deselect it, go to track number 2, do the exact same thing, and so forth. And it'll all be represented on the screen right here. You can see it as I mess with channel number 4, and if I was to move the volume up, it will correspond on the screen, which makes for a more appealing workflow. To give you a general idea of how the touchscreen works, we'll just go to channel number 4, we'll tap on it, and then I'll show you how it works. It has an EQ, so if you tap on the EQ, you have the ability to move this up and down. You can sweep through your frequencies. You get a direct way of just dealing with anything that comes within or out this unit. You can also turn it off. You can change the shelf. So if you want to get something like more of a high pass filter, you can do that as I sweep through the frequency. You can go and touch the screen, and then you can navigate to another parameter. So if you want to mess with another node or something like that, you can. And that's pretty much the EQ in itself. If you want to back out and go and insert effects, this is where things get really deep because it does have its own effects that you can pull into it. You can back out of the effects. You can use auto gain, you can use safe gain, and when you go into auto gain, of course, you will talk into it. and then it will program your gain to your voice. You can use safe gain so that you don't have to worry about clipping. It does have phantom power inside of it. You can send it to a certain mix. If you want a certain mix in a certain scenario, then you can do that. If you don't want to do that, you can go back, and then you can mess with a compressor. You have panning, you have levels too as well, so you can make things louder on the fly. You can hit the home button if you don't want to be in that screen anymore, and it will bring you back to this screen where you can do sends. So let's say we want to do send mix 1, we can send mix 1 over, we can send mix 5 over. We can do up to 8 different mixes on this version, and you have effects as well. Once you send an effect, you can use either this encoder, which is an endless encoder, to turn on that effect, or you can use this encoder, which these encoders let you know if something is on it. So it has great indication as well. Let's go to this icon right here that has the 4 squares. And then you see that you will go right into pad play and pad settings. And then you can change your pad settings on the fly. Let's go back, and then you see pad play. And then if I press on the pads, you can see if there's something on your pads. You can also add your own samples in there as well. Let's go back home. Let's go to the cogwheel, and then you can see all the things from version, license, language, brightness. So you can change the screen brightness. Let's go ahead and change that so we can make it a little bit more pleasant on you. And I will turn it down, making it so it doesn't have any shine in it. And then I can go back home, go right back into the cogwheel. You don't necessarily have to do it in that order. You can change your peripherals. You can go to output patch. So you can set up your outputs. You can even set it to Omni or USB, but that ain't what y'all looking for. I already know what question y'all are asking in the comment section. The real question of the hour is, does it work with the MPC? Well, let's find out. We're gonna learn today. The answer is yes, it does connect. All you have to do is hook up the MGX16 via USB Type-C to Type-A to the MPC, and then you can clearly see that it is connected. However, there is no sound coming from it, and I do have it routed correctly. I have my drum kit loaded correctly, and all I see here is a big bag of nothing. So I just have to figure out how routing works. I did find out that the MGX16 does have some limitations when it comes to routing the MPC via Type-C into the Type-C sub-in of the MGX16. In order to route it, all I had to do is just go to the cogwheel over here and then go into output patch, and then you'll see USB sub out and it will say stereo. Then you would assign it. So let's assign it to track 9 and 10 or channel 9 and 10. And then when we go back out to home, we'll be able to see whatever is going on. There's one more thing I would like to talk about. If you hit this cogwheel and go into peripherals, yes, it has Bluetooth, which means I could use my Personas Air 12s or any other PA system speakers wirelessly. So the overall answer is yes, with a question mark.